Unit 2. Vocabulary and Speaking. Literature. Exercise 1.
Adventure story. Autobiography. Biography. Comic novel. Cookery book. Detective novel. Fairy tale. Historical novel. Poetry book. Romantic novel. Science fiction novel. Thriller. Travel guide.
Unit 2. Vocabulary and Speaking. Literature. Exercise 2.
This week's bestsellers. What our readers think.
Life, Love and Texting. From the title, you'd think this was a romantic novel, but it's also a comic novel that really made me laugh. Vicky, 18.
My Side. I'm not a sports fan, but I really enjoyed this autobiography of David Beckham. I'm going to buy it for my dad now. Tom, 19.
Europe Essentials. This is a travel guide about some great places in Europe. There is information about lots of interesting things to see and do in Europe. Jess, 15.
Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. This is an adventure story about a very clever boy called Percy. Someone stole something very important from the Greek god Zeus. It's very exciting. Children aged 10 to 12 will enjoy it. Kate, 11.
Steve Jobs, the man who thought different. This biography tells the amazing life story of Steve Jobs. For technology lovers. Maisie, 17.
The Adventures of Sean Ryanis and the Impossible Chase. I really like this science fiction novel about exciting adventures in space. Buy it. Brad, 16.
Unit 2. Reading. A magazine article. Exercise 2.
The story of the mobile phone novel. A few years ago, a 19-year-old Japanese girl started writing a novel about her life in a small town. She finished it in just 3 weeks and gave it the title Dreams Come True. Akiko wasn't an experienced writer and didn't expect anyone to be interested in her tale. Yet when it came out a few months later, the romantic novel was a great success. It sold over 200,000 copies. It's an incredible story. The most amazing thing about it, though, is the fact that Akiko wrote the novel on her mobile phone. As she wrote, she posted it, chapter by chapter, on a website where readers could download it immediately. She worked on it whenever she could, mostly while she was relaxing at home. She didn't think too much about the story, and she didn't rewrite anything. Akiko was one of the first of a new generation of novelists in Japan who write novels as if they are writing a text message. They write in a simple, chatty style and use lots of abbreviations and emoticons. They know how to tell a good story but they don't worry too much about grammar and spelling. Some people were critical of mobile phone novels at first. They thought they were a bad influence on teenage girls, who preferred them to proper literature. However, they are now popular with people of all ages. Many of the best-selling paperback books in Japan were originally mobile phone novels.
Did you know 20% of teenage girls in Japan own 2 mobile phones? Unit 2, Pronunciation Lab. Past simple endings. Exercise 1. 1.
Enjoyed.
2.
Painted.
3.
Finished.
4.
Played.
5.
Listened.
6.
Watched.
7.
Chatted.
8.
Washed.
9.
Invented.
Unit 2, Pronunciation Lab. Past simple endings. Exercise 2. 1. Posted. Finished. Expected. 2. Liked. Tidied. Loved. 3. Danced. Wished. Downloaded. 4. Asked. Disagreed. Appeared. 5. Started. Performed. Wanted. Unit 2, Vocabulary and Listening. Professions. Exercise 1.
Engineer. Painter. Explorer. Comedian. Pilot. Dancer. Astronaut. Musician. Scientist. Inventor. Writer. Politician. Athlete.
Unit 2, Vocabulary and Listening. Professions. Exercise 3. 1.
The engineer is C. Charles Babbage.
2.
The painter is G. Pablo Picasso.
3.
The explorer is J. Roald Amundsen.
4.
The comedian is A. Charlie Chaplin.
5.
The pilot is L. Amy Johnson.
6.
The dancer is D. Carmen Amaya.
7.
The astronaut is M. Neil Armstrong.
8.
The musician is I. John Lennon.
9.
The scientist is K. Tim Berners-Lee.
10.
The inventor is E. Mark Zuckerberg.
11.
The writer is F. J.K. Rowling.
12.
The politician is B. Barack Obama.
13.
The athlete is H. Mo Farah.
Unit 2. Vocabulary and listening. An interview. Exercise 5.
Tonight, we're talking about important people in modern history, and I'll be introducing tonight's guests in just a moment. First of all, we sent our reporter, Sam Jenkins, out and about to see what you had to say on the subject.
Sorry to bother you. Do you mind if I ask you something?
No, of course not.
Which person in modern history do you admire the most?
Oh, that's a difficult question.
We're doing a survey to find out what people think.
I see. Can it be anyone?
Yes. A politician, a painter, an athlete, whatever. Someone that you think has made a difference to the world.
Well then, for me, it's the musician, John Lennon. He was a talented singer and wrote some really beautiful songs. He believed that people should live in peace.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot for your time.
No problem.
Hi there. Have you got a minute? I just want to ask you a quick question.
Go ahead.
We're trying to find out which famous person from modern history people admire. Who would you choose?
Well, the only person I can think of is the guy who invented Facebook. What's his name?
Mark Zuckerberg?
That's right. I'll choose him because I think Facebook was a really clever idea. I mean, it's completely changed the way people communicate.
Right. Thanks. Are you two together?
Yes.
Okay. So, can I ask you the same question?
Yeah, sure. I don't agree with Jason because I don't think Facebook is such an amazing invention.
Okay.
For me, it has to be someone who really gives people hope. Like that runner, Mo Farah. He moved to the UK from Somalia when he was a boy and became a really successful athlete. He won 2 gold medals at the London Olympics. I think he's amazing because he shows that anything is possible when you try hard.
Great. Thanks a lot. Well, we're going back to the studio now.
Unit 2. Cultural Awareness. Festivals in Scotland. Exercise 2.
A quick guide to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. What is it? It's the biggest festival of theatre, comedy, music and dance in the world. Every year there are thousands of different performers from all over the world. Who performs in it? Lots of young actors, comedians, musicians and dancers. When did it start? in 1947, the same year that the Edinburgh International Festival started. Why was it special? There were rules about who could and couldn't perform at the International Festival. However, at the Fringe Festival, anybody could put on a show. Who has appeared at the festival? Many famous people began their careers at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. For example, Rowan Atkinson, the actor who plays Mr. Bean, appeared in a play there when he was a student at Oxford University. Where does it take place? All over Edinburgh. Performances don't always take place in theatres, however. You can watch them outside on the street, in cafes and in people's homes. Once there was even a show on a moving bus. When does it take place? Every August for 3 weeks. How much do tickets cost? Most tickets cost under £10, but many performances are free. What does it offer for young people? Lots. In the 2012 festival, for example, many events were for teenagers. They included a youth circus workshop and a musical comedy performed by American high school pupils.
Unit 2. Grammar in Context. Literature. Exercise 7.
Who was Charles Dickens? He was an English writer who lived from 1812 to 1870. He wrote 15 novels, including A Christmas Carol and Oliver Twist. What did he write about? A lot of his books were about poor people. They didn't have an easy life in the 19th century. Dickens didn't think people should live in bad conditions, and he tried to make people think about these problems. Why did people like his books? Because they had exciting stories and interesting characters. Everyone loved them, even people who couldn't read. They paid other people to read the books to them.
Unit 2. Pronunciation Lab. Exercise 1.
Invent. Inventor. Dance. Dancer. Teach. Teacher. Explore. Explorer.
Unit 2. Pronunciation Lab. Exercise 2. 1,
Painter.
2,
Explorer.
3,
Write.
4,
Inventor.
5,
Read.
6.
Dancer.
Unit 2. Integrated Skills. A Visit to King Arthur's Labyrinth. Exercise 3. Wales Tourist Information. How can I help?
Oh, hello. I'd like some information about King Arthur's Labyrinth, please.
OK. What would you like to know?
Well, I'm interested in visiting next weekend. Can you tell me the opening times?
Yes. It's open from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. every day.
Great. And how much are the tickets?
Well, how old are you?
I'm 14 and I'm coming with my younger sister and my parents.
OK. Well, our children's tickets are £5.95 and our adults' tickets are £8.95. You can buy them at the Labyrinth on the day, or you can buy them in advance online.
Great, thanks. Is there anywhere we can buy something to eat?
Yes, you can eat at the cafe. It's also open all day.
Brilliant. Oh, I nearly forgot. We'll be travelling by car. Is there a car park?
Yes, there is.
OK. Thanks very much for your help.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Unit 2. Integrated Skills. Asking about an experience. Exercise 5.
So, did you have a good time in Wales?
Yes, thanks. It was amazing.
What did you do there?
We went to King Arthur's Labyrinth in the mountains. It was really exciting.
Really? Why was it so much fun?
We went underground and explored a cave with a guide. He was so funny.
That sounds great. What did you enjoy most?
Well, I really liked hearing about King Arthur's adventures, but I thought the interactive parts were best. Look at this photo of me with the dragon.
It looks quite scary. I'm glad you enjoyed it, though.
You should go one day.
Unit 2. Writing. A review. Exercise 1.
Last weekend, my family and I visited the Sherlock Holmes Museum in London. It's small, but interesting. It's got a shop for visitors too. The museum is like the home of Sherlock Holmes, the main character from the famous detective stories. You could look around the different rooms. You could see lots of his possessions too. You could also meet characters from the books, but they were really actors. My favourite thing was the museum shop, which was very good value. There were also some good books to buy. The only problem was that the museum was very busy. We waited half an hour to buy tickets.